building wealth specifically, you have to be very intentional about that. It doesn't just happen because we know history has told us throughout time, people have made a lot of money, but didn't always create wealth from it. So money comes and goes. And that's one of the reasons why we really have to be intentional about it.
Welcome to Those Odd Numbers podcast. My name is Jason Snider. I'm the founder and CEO of Main Street Financial Group. We are your fractional finance team.
I'm Summer McFarlen. I'm a CPA and certified tax coach. I'm also the co-owner of Main Street Tax Group, where we do strategic tax planning so you can keep more of what you earn.
I am Masheka Turner, and I am the owner of Bright Skies Business Services. We are your outsourced accounting firm and profit first strategies. And we are here to help you create wealth through your business by gaining clarity around your numbers.
Hello again, everybody. Jason Snider here with Masheka and Summer with Those Odd Numbers podcast. We're going to be talking about how to get the ROI from your accountant relationship and not leaving it to happenstance. The things you can do to improve the outcome for both parties, not just yourself, but also the accountant as well. Win-win relationship. So to be a good topic, we had a good pre-recording discussion about it and almost lost track of time to get started. So, Masheka, do you want to start us off with, from your perspective, of some of the traits you've seen that gets a good ROI for your clients?
So I think I'm going to start from the beginning. For us, we can always tell who is going to be a great client from the get-go. This is usually what it looks like. People that you say I can tell from the moment you ask for the accountant's invite. There are some people who will do it within an hour, and there are some people who it takes 2 weeks. And y'all may disagree with me on this, but usually the person who takes good 2 weeks, usually that person ends up not being a good fit. And it's just because people that are eager and want to do what they want to do what they need to do to make the relationship move forward, we just can serve those clients better. If we're missing a bank statement or if there's some stuff that we need, if you can get it to us right away, we can go ahead and get your stuff done for the month, get you your meetings, you have your books. But if it takes you 3 months to send us what you need, that pushes things out 3 months. I don't always follow my instinct, but most of the time, I can tell from the onboarding if that client is going to be a good fit or not, and if we're really going to be able to serve them. And I'm intentional when I say if we're really going to be able to serve them, because you have to help us serve you. And that means being compliant.
Yeah. Summer, I know you've probably got a little bit of perspective because it's more tax focused, but I'm sure there's some behaviors and habits you can observe pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's the same as Masheka. If I'm getting a new client or something like that, someone reaches out and I'm like, okay, here's my calendar link, schedule a meeting. I send the link as fast as I can. Or sometimes I go back and forth between assistants. Right now, I don't have one right now, but when I have an assistant, they send that out and they get that handled. So yeah, so a lot of people are just on top of it. And a lot of people are, I had this happen the other day. I got introduced to a new client. We had a meeting. Okay, we're going to get started. And then it took him a month to start sending me stuff. I'm like, that just puts my deadline. It kind of, I wouldn't call it wrecked my world. We were kind of planning on doing this work this time. And yes, the other people are going to get put in front of you, actually, people who do get their stuff in and that kind of thing. But I pretty much, at this point, have been working with people so long, I pretty much know who's going to be great and who's not. And if you're not as responsive, that's fine. I'm not going to fire you. I'll only fire you if you're a jerk. But still, it's like I said, they kind of get pushed to the back of the line because I know I'm like, oh, I know I'm going to have to ask for this and they're going to take forever to send it to me and kind of that stuff. So it gets frustrating. And then I'm sure it's frustrating on them too because they really want us to be responsive. So unfortunately, and then I've got another client. He's always Johnny on the spot because he never wants me waiting on him for anything. And I'm like, that's so nice. Just ask for something if you're missing something and ask for it. And you just get it like that and you can just keep on going with your work.
And I would add to that, just the both of those that you mentioned, Masheka and Summer, also I've observed as well. The other one would be clients or prospects asking questions, articulated questions that they've thought about, make their own evaluation. That also pretends that they've already invested in learning about the situation, or at least from their perspective, it may not be always accurate, but it tells me that they're engaged and they want to learn from the work that we're doing and things. So being intentional, proactive, and engaged are going to be good habits and practices that you all can do with your accounts, your CPA, your bookkeeper. Is pretty much, you were saying, the priority, at least our team gives, is whatever arrives first is the one that they're going to work through, unless there's a clearly articulated need, like a tax deadline or something like that. But we're pretty much going to prioritize those who are responsive quick, because they've already prioritized that to us, that they're engaged and they want to get things taken care of. And so we're work with them on those things. The other things, like the questions I was talking about, is showing up to their calls on time, having good questions, and being intentional about the things they're trying to achieve and sharing that with us. It's not a, hey, I'm going to wait till the end of the year and send 7 months of statements and then expect it to be done in 1 or 2 weeks. As far as the bookkeeping side of things, it's never going to be a positive relationship for the long term. One, you're going to be far behind in understanding your financials. The real value of financial is looking at it on a consistent basis at consistent time periods, whether that's quarterly. For some businesses, most of them are going to be on a weekly. Some at an enterprise level are going to be weekly. And if you're not doing that consistently, you're not going to get the pattern of what's going on in your business, understanding the ebbs and flows and cycles of that. And so if it's just, I want to be compliant, you're probably not going to get the best ROI bookkeeper CPA relationship.
I agree. And again, one thing I really want to focus in, this is not about making things just better and easier for your accountant for their sake. This is really about you. And the easier it is for that, the better experience you get. Because when I think back over our clients and clients that I've worked with over the years, most of the clients that their stuff is up to date, we're able to have regular meetings. Most of those clients are usually more profitable, if I'm going to be very honest with you. And
Yeah.
so it just serves you better to really be tapping into that. And the thing about it is, I don't know how Jason and Summer do, but our service is, we charge service-based pricing. So our service is charged on every month. So whether you're engaged or disengaged, I'm going to get my money. It's not about me just getting my money. I would rather you get something for your money, because we're going to get paid regardless, because we're on auto draft. But I want you to get the most out of this. Show up for it. Show up for it, because this is your business at the end of the day. And you have trusted some of us to help you. Let us help you, because that's what we're here for.
That's what we want to do, right?
Yeah.
We want collaboration. You don't have to understand tax law to work it with me. I'll explain it, but I want to talk to you about some things that are happening in your life. I kind of need to know if you had a baby this year.
There you go.
I've actually got a return done, and then when they're reviewing it, they're like, "Baby's not on here," and I'm like, "What baby?" So yeah, so those things happen sometimes.
As you were articulating, the more involvement, not so much time, but intentional involvement and habit involvement. It's not a time measurement. It's how consistent are you? Are you showing up to the calls, responding to the information requests, even planning it on a weekly basis? For us, teaching Papa First, we teach most cases on a weekly allocation schedule. And part of that is because we want them looking at their numbers regularly, checking their cash position, seeing how things are flowing on their bank accounts. And obviously, they're probably checking those things, but I want them focused during that period of time, as opposed to randomly checking throughout the week whenever they get the itch to, or they think they need to buy something or pay for something or stuff. So it's more about creating those habits. You can be very intentional about that part of it as well.
And for the work that Jason and Masheka, the type of work y'all do, you're in the business to help these businesses improve, grow, move to the next revenue level or the next profit margin, those kind of things. So regular feedback and working with somebody it's just so important, because they're going to just glean from it what they need to.
Exactly. Exactly. And one of my goals is to really help business owners build wealth from a profitable business. And building wealth specifically, you have to be very intentional about that. It doesn't just happen, because we know history has told us throughout time, people have made a lot of money, but didn't always create wealth from it. So money comes and goes. And that's one of the reasons why we really have to be, because anybody that's operated a business knows sometimes it is booming. And then sometimes you're in a valley. There's ups and downs sometimes. You have to be intentional about it all.
Very true.
The thing that is decision to be intentional but it's the habits that support that intentionality. That's, I think, where many people get frustrated, or business owners get frustrated, is they move on from it because it does require consistent follow-up. And just be allowed, as an entrepreneur who's experienced this myself and had to create habits to counteract that, is the random behavior of, hey, I'm going to go do this now, and no planning, no thinking, hey, what do I want to achieve today? And do I have it figured out? No, but at least I've got a notebook here that I keep track of what I'm working on during the day, the things that I need to get done. So does it happen all the time? No, but at least I've got it documented so it doesn't totally disappear. Those things also show up in your relationship with your professionals and things. They need your input to be effective, whatever that relationship is. And I would even extend a little bit to on the legal side, having been a business broker before and having professional counsel, which obviously I want all of my clients to avail as they're making a big decision like this, but articulating to the professional, hey, this is the area I need your help in. And because if you, at least in my experience, what I observed was, if the client didn't provide that guidance of what to be done, then it often bled over into other areas because it wasn't defined for the professional what to do. Obviously, they're, in an attorney sense, they're going to be looking for, how do I best protect my client? And if you didn't define the scope of what they needed to focus on, that obviously could bleed outside of what you probably wanted them to focus on, was, for example, drafting the purchase and sale agreement based on these criteria and things. So you can do the same with your accountant as well, working with them, is find, hey, this is what's going to be successful for me and my company. And then your professional accountant should respond and, hey, this is what we can do, but this part of it, we should probably find somebody else because this is not our expertise. And one of the things that came up on our previous episode, someone was talking about sales tax. There's many accounting firms who won't touch that because of the complexity needed to manage it. We're not all one-stop shops where we can do every single thing that normally falls under the accountant's scope of work. And so you need to find somebody to fill that role, especially if you want to retain that relationship for the profitability coaching, maybe the income tax preparation. You want that advice in that one company. So then you need to find somebody that will manage the sales tax side of the thing. So be intentional and tell them what your needs are, and then work together with your professional to identify other referral sources for that service to get done that obviously is needed to be completed.
Just because I don't do sales tax doesn't mean I can't find somebody that will help you with it or a system.
And that's a good way to evaluate as well your professional working with it. If they're going to be articulate and not try to say, hey, I'm going to be everything to everybody, everything, that tells you that they're likely going to be highly competent there because they're very focused on that particular area. They've likely been very intentional in designing back-end workflows to make sure the work gets done on a timely basis within the quoted price. And things. So those can be road signs, if you will, in your conversations with your accountant, that they've already set the limits. Hey, this is what we can do, and here's where we're going to refer. I know we do that quite often, is we refer to people for previously, before I started working with Summer on income tax, at several places I needed to refer out because obviously I didn't do it. I didn't want to. I did it before, but that wasn't part of our business scope, and I wasn't looking to get back into it myself and things. And so sales tax is one of the things we refer out quite often. Payroll's another one. We don't manage that on our own. So there are other things that are needing to get done that are usually part of the accountant's portfolio, but we have referral sources. And so that, I would say, that's a good sign of a competent professional who knows what their limits are, what their intentions are, and then you work together with them to identify those gap fillers, if you will.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure we could talk a lot more about this, but I think this gives enough of a hopefully action items for our audience.
Yeah. We want it to benefit them, not be a complaint session for us.
That's it. Because at the end of the day, that's really what it's about, is being here for you and your business and helping you grow that business.
We'll wrap up today's episode. Again, thanks for everybody for joining us from Those Odd Numbers. We will see you.
This content is for general informational purposes only and is based on current law and guidance as of the date of recording. Tax law and regulations are subject to change. This discussion should not be considered tax, legal, or investment advice. Listeners should consult their own tax or financial professional regarding their specific situation.